Are you unknowingly eating foods that are draining your bones of strength? After 60, your bones become more fragile, but your diet can either help or harm you. Today, we're revealing 5 common foods that may seem harmless but could be slowly weakening your bones. Welcome back to the channel that helps seniors stay strong, healthy, and independent. As we age, our bones become more vulnerable to thinning and fractures. But here's the good news. You can take control, starting with what's on your plate. Today, we're diving into 5 everyday foods that you might think are fine, but they're actually working against your bone health. And don't worry, we're not here to just tell you what not to eat. We'll also give you smart, senior-friendly swaps that taste great and protect your bones at the same time. Stick with me through the whole video because you'll also get some bonus tips at the end. Small changes that can make a huge difference in keeping your bones strong well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. So grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let's take a closer look at what your bones are trying to tell you every time you open the fridge or pantry, ready to protect your future. Let's begin with food number 1 that may be draining the strength from your skeleton without you even realizing it. Soft drinks. The Cola Crusher. Why it's harmful. You might think a can of soda here and there is no big deal, but here's what's really happening behind the scenes. Most sodas, especially dark colas, contain something called phosphoric acid. This ingredient gives soda its tang, but it also disrupts the delicate balance of calcium and phosphorus in your body. When there's too much phosphorus and not enough calcium, your body starts pulling calcium from your bones to restore that balance. Think about that. Each sip is potentially pulling calcium out of your bones, especially if you're not getting enough of it through your diet. Sodas are also full of sugar and caffeine, both of which can further impair calcium absorption and increase calcium excretion through urine. And for many people, soda replaces healthier drinks like water or milk. That means you're not just hurting your bones, you're missing out on chances to nourish them. The better option. If you love fizzy drinks, you don't have to give them up entirely. Try sparkling mineral water with a splash of lemon or a few crushed berries. It's refreshing and doesn't come with the bone-taxing ingredients. You can also try kombucha or unsweetened iced herbal teas for variety. And if you're drinking soda for the caffeine boost, consider switching to green tea, which has less caffeine and even provides bone-supportive antioxidants. Remember, one soda won't ruin your bones, but if it's a daily habit, it adds up over time. Give your bones a break. Swap the cola for something kinder. Salty processed foods, the silent calcium thief. Why it's harmful. Here's a scary fact. For every 2,300 milligrams of sodium you consume, you lose about 40 milligrams of calcium through your urine. That adds up fast, especially if you're eating packaged or restaurant foods regularly. Common culprits include canned soups, frozen dinners, deli meats, chips, crackers, and even some breakfast cereals. These are often loaded with hidden salt, even if they don't taste super salty. Why does salt matter so much? Because your body works hard to maintain a delicate sodium to calcium balance. When sodium levels spike, calcium gets flushed out, often from your bones. This contributes to bone thinning over time and increases your risk of fractures and osteoporosis, especially after 60. The better option, choose fresh, whole foods whenever possible. Cook meals at home using herbs and spices like garlic, basil, rosemary, or turmeric to add flavor without the salt. When buying packaged items, look for low sodium or no salt added labels. Compare brands. Some canned soups or broths have half the sodium of others. And if you're craving crunch, try air-popped popcorn or unsalted nuts instead of chips. Don't forget, potassium-rich foods like bananas, avocados, sweet potatoes, and leafy greens can help counterbalance sodium's effects and preserve calcium. You don't need to eliminate salt completely. Your body still needs some. But for strong, healthy bones, being mindful of your sodium intake is one of the simplest and most powerful steps you can take. A caffeine overload, a bone drainer in disguise. Why it's harmful. A warm cup of coffee in the morning can be comforting, but how much is too much? When you consume more than 3 to 4 cups of coffee a day, caffeine begins to interfere with calcium absorption and increases the amount of calcium your body loses through urine. For seniors whose bone density is already declining, that's a big deal. And it's not just coffee. Black tea, some sodas, and energy drinks can contain just as much or more caffeine than a cup of coffee. Combine that with a diet already low in calcium, and you're setting the stage for accelerated bone loss. The better option: you don't have to give up your morning coffee. Just limit it to 1 to 2 cups a day, and make sure you're pairing it with calcium-rich meals. For example, have your coffee with a bowl of oatmeal made with milk or almond butter on whole grain toast. You can also try green tea, which contains less caffeine and offers bone-friendly antioxidants like EGCG. Herbal teas like chamomile or rooibos have no caffeine and are great evening options that won't interfere with your sleep or your bones. Pro tip: if you're taking a calcium supplement, avoid taking it with coffee. Wait an hour or so to make sure your body absorbs it properly. Coffee isn't the enemy, but too much caffeine, especially when your calcium intake is low, can tip the scales in the wrong direction. Keep it moderate and mindful, and your bones will thank you. Alcohol, weakening bones, 1 glass at a time. Why it's harmful. We all enjoy a celebratory drink now and then, but frequent alcohol intake can quietly sabotage your bones. Here's how. Alcohol interferes with calcium and vitamin D absorption, slows down bone formation, and increases levels of cortisol, a hormone that breaks down bone tissue. Over time, heavy alcohol use can reduce bone density and raise the risk of falls due to balance and coordination issues, especially concerning for seniors. Even if you're not drinking heavily, daily alcohol use may still have an impact on how your body maintains bone health, especially when combined with poor nutrition or limited physical activity. The better option: limit alcohol to no more than 1 drink per day for women and 2 for men, as recommended by health experts. If you drink, do so with meals to lessen its impact on nutrient absorption. You can also try non-alcoholic wines or beers, or make your own herbal mocktails using ingredients like cucumber, mint, lemon, and sparkling water. They're festive, hydrating, and bone-friendly. Don't feel pressured to drink socially either. Being mindful of your alcohol habits doesn't mean giving up enjoyment. It means you're choosing a future where your bones support you longer and stronger. The truth is, while occasional alcohol may not do much harm, consistent overconsumption is a slow leak in your bone health bucket. Catch it early. Your future self will be glad you did. Oxalate-rich veggies. Good greens, bad timing. Why it's harmful. Here's a surprise. Not all healthy veggies are good for your bones. Spinach, beet greens, rhubarb, and Swiss chard are high in oxalates, natural compounds that bind with calcium in your digestive tract and block its absorption. So even if you're eating calcium-rich foods, pairing them with these veggies could mean your body isn't getting as much of that essential mineral as you think. That's a hidden danger, especially for seniors relying on their diet to support bone strength. Now, we're not saying cut these out completely. They're still rich in vitamins and antioxidants, but it's important to balance them with other vegetables that don't interfere with calcium. The better option: stick with low oxalate greens like kale, bok choy, broccoli, and turnip greens. These are calcium-rich and won't block its absorption. If you do eat oxalate-rich veggies, avoid combining them with your main calcium sources. For example, don't add spinach to your cheesy lasagna or drink milk with your beet salad. Cooking these greens can help lower oxalate content a bit. Boiling spinach and draining the water, for instance, can reduce oxalates and make them safer for your bones. You don't have to fear healthy greens. Just be smart about how and when you eat them. Your bones don't need perfection, they need consistency, and every better choice adds up. You've now learned 5 common foods that may be weakening your bones after 60, and more importantly, how to make smarter swaps that support lifelong strength. Here's a quick recap. Swap soda for mineral water or green tea. Choose fresh, low-sodium meals over processed ones. Cut back caffeine and pair it with calcium-rich meals. Limit alcohol and enjoy festive non-alcoholic alternatives. Balance oxalate-rich veggies with low oxalate greens and smart timing. Bonus tips: get at least 1,200 milligrams of calcium per day from foods like dairy, fortified plant milk, leafy greens, or supplements, if needed. Don't forget vitamin D, either from the sun or supplements, especially in winter. Do weight-bearing exercises like walking, dancing, or light strength training at least 3 times a week. Stay hydrated, reduce smoking, and ask your doctor about a bone density test if you haven't had one. Your bones are your foundation. Every step, every hug, every time you get up from a chair, they're working hard for you. Don't let silent dietary habits weaken them. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with a loved one, and subscribe for more health-boosting tips designed especially for seniors like you. Stay strong, stay active, and until next time, take good care of yourself.